You know, we're always told to read the nutrition labels, but today we're going to go way deeper than that. We're going to look at what some of these common processed foods are actually doing inside our bodies. I mean, right down at the cellular level.
So let me ask you this. We all try to eat healthy, right? But what if some of those healthy choices, the ones in the slick packaging that scream all natural, are hiding something? Well, it's time to find out.
All right, let's meet our two main suspects for today. On the left, we've got something most of us have in our kitchens, refined seed oils. And on the right, a super popular healthy alternative, processed soy. They look pretty harmless, but yeah, there's a whole other story here.
Okay, first up, let's crack open the case file on these so-called dangerous fats. We're talking about some of the most common, most widely used cooking oils on the entire planet.
Corn oil, soybean oil, canola oil. I mean, these sound super familiar, don't they? They're basically the invisible backbone of thousands of processed foods. Everything from salad dressing to crackers. And let's be honest, you probably got a bottle of one of these in your pantry right now.
So get this, some sources are calling this stuff the world's most dangerous fat. Whoa, that is a massive claim for something so everyday. So what's the evidence? Why the dramatic label? Let's follow the clues.
Okay, this is where it gets wild. It's a three-step chain reaction. First, you eat it. Simple enough. But then, inside your body, these oils start to break down into these nasty compounds called toxic aldehydes. Think of aldehydes as tiny little vandals running loose in your system. They just start attacking everything, your cell membranes, even your DNA.
And you'd think, okay, my body will just get rid of them, right? Flush them out. Well, not exactly. This isn't some quick hit and run. Oh no, this damage sticks around 600 days.
Just let that number sink in for a second. That is nearly 2 full years.
For almost 2 years, these toxic little compounds can literally embed themselves inside your cells, just continuing to cause damage long after you've even forgotten what you ate. It's a long-term assault on a cellular level.
All right, let's pivot. Time to open our second case file, processed soy. And we're going to be looking at a really common meat substitute called textured vegetable protein. You've probably seen it as TVP.
Yeah, you've definitely seen this stuff. It's in veggie burgers, vegan chili, all kinds of plant-based foods, and the marketing is always the same. It's lean, it's high protein, it's the healthy choice. But is it? Let's take a closer look.
And here we go again with another crazy label, the worst protein. How on earth does something sold as a health food get a reputation like that? Well, it all comes down to how it's made.
So what even is this stuff? It is not just ground up soybeans. No, it's actually an industrial byproduct. It's what's left over after all the oil is squeezed out of soybeans. It's basically a waste product that's been cleverly repackaged as food.
So how do you turn that industrial sludge into something people can eat? Well, you use a chemical solvent called hexane. And yes, you are reading that right. It's a component of gasoline. They use a gasoline ingredient to chemically strip the protein out of the soy waste. I mean, just look at this process. This shows you how far TVP is from an actual soybean. You start with the industrial byproduct. You use hexane to get the protein out. Then you bleach it so it looks appealing. And finally, you have to pump it full of artificial flavors just to make it taste like something. This isn't farming, folks. This is straight up industrial chemistry. So, okay, we've got two totally different things here, a fat and a protein, but both seem to pose a real threat. It's time to connect the dots and figure out who the real enemy is in this story.
This lays it out perfectly. There are two different paths to cellular harm. With the seed oils, the damage happens inside you. The toxins are literally created inside your body. But with the processed soy, the damage is external. It comes from that intense chemical bath it gets long before it ever gets to you.
And here it is. This is the big takeaway. The real villain in this whole story isn't the fat and it isn't the soy. The real common enemy is the ultra-processing. It's that industrial process that takes a perfectly normal food and completely transforms it into something our bodies might not even recognize.
And that really brings us to the final, most important question. If the real danger is in the how it's made, not the what it's made from, what else on those grocery store shelves deserves a much closer look? What other healthy foods are hiding a story just like this one? It's definitely something to think about.